Botox is not toxic, but it is good to know about the history of Botox. Botox was derived from a bacteria known as Clostridium botulinum, which is responsible for botulinum disease, which is a kind of food poisoning. That is toxic to the body, but in the current scenario, Botox is derived artificially in the lab using biotechnology, and it is not toxic in the amount that we normally use in the cosmetic industry. Well, Botox works at the level of nerve signals. Just like for a light bulb to lighten up, it needs current, electricity. And if we cut off that electricity, that bulb is not going to light up. Similarly, our muscles contract and expand only because they get a nerve signal. Botox works on those nerve signals and therefore muscles can no longer contract. Over a period of 4 to 6 months, these nerve cells regenerate and therefore slowly and slowly the muscle action starts coming back. Therefore, Botox results for the upper face and for the cosmetic indications only lasts for 4 to 6 months, which is quite a lot because that way you only have to take Botox injections twice a year. There are two kinds of wrinkles. One is dynamic wrinkle, or the wrinkle that we experience at the time of emotions, either raising our eyebrows or frowning or smiling. And the other kind of wrinkle is the wrinkle when you're not expressing yourself. Botox only works on dynamic wrinkles. Static wrinkles, which are permanent folds either on the forehead horizontally placed or between your eyebrows vertically placed, do not respond to Botox at all. Therefore, it's very important to start taking Botox early in your life before these dynamic wrinkles or wrinkles in action turns into static wrinkles. Because at that time, Botox cannot do anything about it, and the only resort for you is to either go for fractional resurfacing of the face or go for dermal fillers. It depends whether or not you have had any side effect of Botox. Ask for from those people whether Botox was simple or not. Only go to a board certified dermatologist for getting Botox done, because even a slight tilt of the needle and a slight increase in dose of Botox, even by 1 to 2 units, can cause massive difference in the results achieved, and only an experienced injector who knows the anatomy of the face well would be able to guide you in the right direction. Well, Botox and fillers are not the same thing, although both of them are being used for anti-aging per se. Botox is normally used on the upper face, while fillers can be used all over the face. In more simpler language, any folds and lines can be treated with fillers, but not all folds and lines can be treated with Botox. Botox can only make you look emotionless only if you ask for it. An experienced injector would know how much to inject in order to preserve your natural emotions. While some of you want a stretched, stiff look on the forehead and therefore would require much more units of Botox, others who prefer much more natural appearance require less amount, and only an expert would know the difference between the two. And that is why I'm emphasizing again and again that go to a certified doctor who would understand the kind of look that you want to achieve before they start injecting Botox on your face. I think I started getting Botox for the first time when I was 27. I started getting injected for my frown lines, and that is what it is about. For people who live in the mountains, they require early injections of Botox because they are much more exposed to the sun, they have thin skin, they have much more fair skin, and therefore they are more prone to wrinkles. Botox is not synonymous with getting old. As soon as you start developing wrinkles, it could be isolated crow's feet, isolated frown muscles. Get them injected before you actually start looking old.